Our mission is to connect, mentor, and educate underrepresented groups in tech. What makes Buildup unique as an accelerator is that it's a different model than traditional accelerators. We focus on the online component, online curriculum, and an offline curriculum as well, and also the condensed model. The online component, of course, can be taken at any time. The offline component of the accelerator actually only lasts 2 weeks, where it's an extensive program that we put entrepreneurs through in San Francisco and the Bay Area, still with mentorship, speaker dinners like traditional accelerators, but more curriculum hard, focus. And another unique thing about Buildup is that we really focus on underrepresented groups in tech. So it's not just African American, but women, Hispanic, Latino. Age is a barrier for some entrepreneurs above the age of 35. Individuals who are vets, and some you can consider mental illness is part of the underrepresented group. In addition to LGBT as well. The challenges for minorities in tech. People are looking at Silicon Valley to solve the problem, or some people are actually creating new tech platforms to try to solve the biases in HR. First of all, it's not just a Silicon Valley problem. It's an American culture problem, American history problem. I was speaking earlier today at South by, and we was talking about how when Silicon Valley was being created, in the early 70s, civil rights was still happening in America, right? And then you fast forward to today, it's like, oh, we got diverse emojis, right? And then those two things are a stark correlation to how far we still have to go for almost equal or access, or in terms of what minorities face in tech. So in terms of the barriers of entry, though, that's one thing that getting into tech, learning skills is becoming easier than ever before. Whether it's taking an online course or learn how to code, or boot camps, 6 months, 1 year, it's easy. The difficult part about underrepresented groups in tech is come to raise venture capital, or raise angel money, get access to investors, and also being aware of are they creating products for the world that can provide huge returns to investors. I do believe that Black entrepreneurs face unique challenges in tech. The biggest challenge is culture, right? It's because everybody has different culture. Everybody has different, where it's tech is all about, cap tables, convertible notes, what round you raising, Series A, Series B, seed, angel. You need to know about syndicates, you need to know about vesting. And you go to some Black cultures, even in the Bay Area, they don't know nothing about that, right? And then there's a certain style or aggression or behavior that a lot of African American culture has that doesn't necessarily skills translate in terms of a positive way in tech. I asked you a lot of coaching to especially a lot of Black men and say, hey, you could be intimidating by your passion with meeting with white investors. They can see it. They're great. You're just passionate. It's going to work. You believe it. It's the characteristics all founders should have. White, Black, men, female, that passion. But as a Black man coming up with this huge passion, you can be intimidating to a lot of white VCs who are not familiar, used to being pitched by African Americans, who when they see you, their image of a Black man is different than how you would portray yourself. You say, I'm just another geek, another tech entrepreneur. No. They used to seeing panhandlers, or, the reason they see watch the TV, the media news. There's not a lot of positive images of African Americans in tech. We have a couple, but not enough positive ones. So you actually need to tone your behavior down so that culture difference can reach the same level to where they trust you and believe in you, that if I invest my money into you, that you're going to lead this company and can potentially provide 100x return. I believe education plays a huge role in minority entrepreneurs. The question is what type of education, right? Because there's huge debate between going to college or getting in debt and then can't find a job. Well, we live in a time now where literally, I wish this happened when I was growing up, where you can learn almost anything online, right? You can learn it on your iPad, you can learn it, on a Mac, you can just, whether it's Treehouse or Galvanize or General Assembly, you name it. You just go learn these skills. The question is, what are minority entrepreneurs spending their time, what do they value to learn these skills, to educate, to really invest in themselves, to learn these skills, whether it's to build a mobile app or go work at Google or Facebook or Twitter. It's are you learning these skills to get in the door? Student Ventures started with my friend Harsh Flemings, who's based in Detroit, Michigan. We did a documentary back in 2011 called Silicon Valley Black in America, and we came out of that and was like, this is cool. This was an opportunity for us, but African American, especially boys, have a hard problem, statistically wise, right? Look at like the graduation rate of high school across the country. It's not even 50% in some states. Then you start looking at overall youth and STEM. I was like, well, what can we do? And he's in Detroit, Michigan, so we basically started this pilot program we do once a year, um, where we actually bring in technology enthusiasts, entrepreneurs, and do like a one-day boot camp talking about STEM and access opportunities for kids in tech.